My money now almost 100,000.
Eh?
Almost 100,000.
Ake magana waka. Tara kujaga.
Kujaga. Kujaga na chinga nje. You spend. But you make me this man does not want to pay. These folks are.
You see this one?
I know.
This is dry so
Most of the practicing lawyers have been my students here and abroad. Thank you for tomatoes and buying land. No, these are two different things. Land is, as we say in the that's a real property, land. And there's no country without a proper system of land purchase. And the land, I think you add on something, Kasote, you deal with land on a daily basis. Land, basically what is land? Land, in our classical definition of land, it is whatever you see on the surface is land, and whatever fixture goes on whatever this surface going to the center of the earth, that is land, and whatever rises up to the sky is all land. So all this air, this is all land. So to go to purchase that, there must be a special system of doing it. And the system starts with the due diligence. Is that land really, first of all, does it exist? It's not air land. The president the other time was, His Excellency the President was clarifying that if you buy land, and there are Viwanja holders on that land, and they are not willing to sell to you their Viwanja, you bought air. Yes, you see the land, but you have not gone on to do the due diligence to find out those individuals that I'm seeing there, do they have rights to be there? That's due diligence. You may, if they say we are Viwanja holders, are they genuine Viwanja holders as defined in law? If they are genuine, do they have rights there? They have rights of occupancy. So I will have a title, even if I buy it, but then there will be people with the constitutional right of occupancy. I will not buy. Or in our manual system, you have to go and find out, is there an encumbrance on that land? Encumbrance as to loans or caveats or leases given on the land. Those are not things you can see visibly by just looking. That's due diligence. It's not like a tomato, you look at it, it's nice on the surface and pick. So that is very important. If you are going to invest your money in land, do that due diligence on the face of it, on the face of the title. As it is now, you can now even on the mobile, as was in our new system, enter the details of that land, and then it will let you know. It will actually bring you even the landscape itself. That is what the land looks like. You see there are no people there. So it is very, very important to do due diligence before you even go into negotiation of the value. As you have said, we have even a portal, a corporate portal on the valuation, because the valuations are not what I tell you, the market. I'm saying it at 50, then you reduce to 40. No, there are some definite scientific valuations. A valuation for land in Munyonyo is known, in Nakawa is known, and those will come. Now, if you want to escalate it to the market value, that's a different issue. But at least you will have known the actual value as stated in the scientific evaluation using the best evaluation methods. So that's why it is essential that these things you go through these procedures before you come to the issue of actual purchase. And that's where the system is going to help you, that in the instant, just as you sit there with one who wants to sell to you, you can see all the details, the value, the valuations, the encumbrance, the landscape. So it's very different from going to the market and seeing a tomato and seeing that it is very good, let me purchase. Details, I think, can you come in at this point?
Released on homes and constructions, as you know, it will be scanned the way it is. So don't worry about that. The experts will still respond to those questions that you've sent me here. So I'm holding them in my court, but they'll definitely be in an envelope and they're safe. But to close off the session, I will allow my panelists to give us our final thoughts, each of them in their capacities, and then we'll break off for lunch. I'll start with Adrian here on my immediate right, please.
Management of New Vision, our moderator, and for you who have reserved your time on this weekend to be here and get this wonderful information. We thank you very much, and we are still available. We may not be physically, but the organizers have our contacts in case you have any burning problem concerning matters we have discussed, and those outside, we are ready to respond to you for free. Don't get worried. You get our contacts, and we shall keep giving you information free of charge. Thank you once again.
Maybe to add and re-echo what my learned brother Paul was talking about, the learned judge Okello, Justice Okello, as he then was, did come up with that famous quote, that land is not just a vegetable. But you see the interesting thing, I go to the market, even when I'm picking my vegetables, I'm very careful. Now, I told you that land is a very important asset. It does not depreciate in value. That means it needs to be handled in a certain way. Maybe my brother's concern is, because of this value that we are talking about, as government, are we doing enough to ensure that people acquire value and have property rights and are protected? I want to believe that's what you are driving at. I'm not a spokesperson of the government of the Republic of Uganda, but I know that government is doing certain things. Government has structures, it has systems, but the test that we use is government doing enough? In my humble opinion, government is doing what it can, but it can surely do better. I don't know whether my senior agrees with me, he will speak for himself. We have components of monitoring and evaluation where we get to assess what government is doing. They carry out audits, corrective actions taken. Now we have a system. The system shows they identify the gap, they have introduced it to address that gap. So there is evidence that government is actually doing something. Lenin talked about the zonal offices. We have 22 zonal offices. In the past, I was one of the people who would go to the small window, those years when Honorable had just seen me, and we would queue up 1,000 people outside room 10. It was room 10 at Ministry of Land. Now they have decentralized. That is evidence that they are doing something. But is it perfect? Surely it is not. Because you're going to hear continuously complaints about corruption. You're going to hear that this fraud may actually be systemic. It emanates from behind every system. There's a people component, a human being. I know government has measures, surely. He has been at the forefront. The Honorable Minister has been going to almost every zonal office. But like I said, I'm not the official spokesperson of government. I'm just a leader. I interface with these offices. I get to see what happens there. And when there is time to criticize, I do. But from a positive approach. It is not enough for me to call you stupid. I will tell you that you're stupid. However, you need to do better here. I thank you. I don't know whether that responds.
Kiwanvu nnyo naye musajja munnamateeka era mwesiga nga bwe nayogedde mu luzungu wano nga sinasoma byange bino n'abagambye nti omusajja namusanga yakamala amateeka naye ayimirire n'omusajja nze eyakamala myaka 3 plus naye omusajja gwe nali ngamba asigale mu kooti mu komera CPS omusajja yamunzija mu ngalo era bwe twamala neŋŋamba nti musajja gwe jagenda very far era agenze very far kubanga nali sinaba kugenda mu international mu bino ebyaffe bannayuganda abali eri ye yantwalayo nga ye yatuukayo dda era wano manyi nti nno abantu abali ebweru bonna ye mwe bayitira. Kakati kye navudde mugamba agaziyeemu mu kyoli kye yabadde ayogera ku ssente ze. Ng'okwata ssente ze ogula ettaka, manya nti ogula ekintu eky'olubeerera ekyeyongera, tiwali kintu engatta eno zino bye twambadde byonna value eka. Olugira ogenda okulaba nalina kojja wange yagula emmotoka ng'agijjayo n'agiseebwa nga n'agirongoosa n'agiyiddamu n'agifulumya n'agizaamu n'okweti egenda eventually yayinooneka ne bwetandiyononse mu birala yaduwonyese nti eyo modero tekyali ku luguudo naye ettaka kyekintu kyeyongera bbeeyi buli bbeeyi. Oyinza okugamba nali ngula ettaka lyange eyo Bukumula buli yiika nagigula $800. Lwensente nabuuza oba nyinza okugula ettaka baŋŋamba $15,000,000 buli 8 kati $15,000,000 wayisamu emyaka nga5 ekintu kyeyongera. N'olwekyo woba ogula olina okwetegereza. Ndaba nga kulinganga okutali bantu ku ttaka lye oli azangambye tolaba ettaka jereere ne ddala tewali bintu birala ku kyapa kwennyini kwegamba kyeba nina ogenda ku kyapa nentunula ngenda okulaba nga tekuli naye yeewolerako dda ssente zimulemye okusasula nze olunaagula njagenderako nemogeji eyo oba oli awo liizi oli ayagala okuginderekera naye ate esigaddeko mwaka gumu n'agenda okumala transaction ng'ettaka erikyaliwo value terikyali. Enyinza okusanga nga kuliko oli yasaako dda caveat nti caveat egamba ki eri ega nti omusajja yanguza dda ng'oli yagitunda dda tanaba kukyusa. Kugamba ekintu kyetaagisa okwetegereza due diligence n'okyenonyereza kugamba kyogula noba nga kirina value ey'abaana n'abaliddawo n'abaliddayo naye kansodde obuyongerako.